Human innovation has improved the quality of life for hundreds of years. Mechanical development of the industrial age still impacts our daily life today. The invention of the telephone in 1876 has allowed people to communicate over long distances. The first motor vehicle helped people travel faster in a shorter amount of time. It can be easy to forget that convenience items we use every day did not exist at one time. Items used in the kitchen have helped people to cook more efficiently. The whisk has been modernized over centuries, but it is still incredibly useful in the kitchen.
Unlike common spoons, the design of the whisk aerates ingredients and makes it light and fluffy. It is also used to mix ingredients. The first documented use of the term whisk was in the 17th century. However, studies suggest that they were used even in primitive times. During the 17th century, the whisk had a different purpose than we know today. Servants responsible for cooking used bundles of sticks or wooden brushes from fruit trees to add scent and flavor to the recipe. The kitchen utensil was made from a type of wood that was also used to punish people. This is possibly the reason behind the phrase, beating eggs.
The whisk was popular in Britain and European society. Pastry chefs discovered techniques to make new desserts and baked goods. Meringue is a difficult dessert to make if the eggs aren't whipped correctly. If it isn't stirred properly, the shell won't harden like meringue is supposed to. Another dessert for orange pound cake calls for whisking the ingredients exactly 50 times to make it fluffy.
The whisk has been redesigned numerous times to improve functionality and save time in the kitchen. In the 19th century, French Victorians popularized a whisk made of wire, which is what most people see today. New inventions, such as the egg beater, were meant to make the process of stirring eggs more efficient. In 1849, London inventor Josiah Lorcan patented a jar with spikes that would break up the egg when shaken. In the 1850s, mini egg beaters were attached to a bowl like E.P. Griffith's that claimed every revolution of the handle gives 288 strokes. An egg beater that clamped to the table was also invented so cooks could use their own bowls. As the whisk and egg beater technology traveled to the United States, it quickly became more popular than in Britain and Europe.
The 20th century brought about a whole new period for the whisk by incorporating it into an electrical mixer. In 1908, American engineer Herbert Johnson invented the first electrical stand mixer, after observing a baker mix dough with a spoon. Johnson's intention was to reduce the time spent in the kitchen. The Hobart Manufacturing Company took advantage of the new technology, and in 1915, during World War I, the 80-quart Hobart mixer became a standard on U.S. Navy ships and in large bakeries.
While the mixers had become popular for commercial use, they were not favorable in the household. The original KitchenAid mixers weighed about 65 pounds and cost about $190, the equivalent of $2,000 today. The hefty mixer deterred most people from purchasing the tool because many were suffering from the Great Depression in the 1930s. However, in 1936, industrial designer Egmont Ahrens developed a new mixer that reduced the bulk and price to $55. The Hobart Company created a sales team of women to go door to door demonstrating the KitchenAid's effectiveness. Attachments like the citrus juicer, food grinder, and pea shucker also made the mixer more useful and popular.
In the 1960s, American cook Julia Child revolutionized the whisk's use. She clarified the right technique for beating eggs and mixing ingredients. She also helped the audience on the television show I've Been Reading pick the right whisk for their recipes.
The whisk has even gained admirers in recent years, like Grand Rapids resident Dick Beist. This utensil comes in different shapes and sizes, and Beist has a collection of over 45 unique whisks displayed in his kitchen. Beist has whisks in the shape of Mickey Mouse and even a squid. One whisk from Mexico is specifically used for mixing powdered cocoa to make hot chocolate. Although he does not use all of the whisk regularly, Beist finds the tool's varying styles to be fascinating.
The kitchen whisk, used in both commercial and home cooking, has advanced cooking and baking techniques. From the early whisk used for fragrance in a recipe, to the rotary egg beater, and the electrical mixer, which cut the time cooks spent in the kitchen. No matter how many modifications are made to the whisk over time, the tool will always be familiar and prevalent in the kitchen.